Okay. So the question is, what do I think it was the best and worst policies enacted in the war on terrorism? And for me, the best was the way we revitalized our military and in fighting NGOs and an asymmetric enemy. The way that we toppled the Taliban government and used CIA and clandestine operations to turn the allies of the Taliban and the Al Qaeda against them, I think was great, and it signified a new, basically a new era of warfare, one where it's more important to control it. It's like a 21st century war of attrition where you control the enemy, where you control kind of neutral allies. In the case with the Middle East, you control tribal areas and tribal leaders. And I think just in the way that the CIA did that, landing in such small 2 to 3 person groups and just turning the tide of entire villages against the Taliban, I think was amazing. And they toppled the Taliban in a couple weeks. And see, that goes along with the way that I think that world wars, I think, are all but over. I think mostly it's going to be state to non-state warfare in the future. There might be maybe another major war, maybe one more, but that's about it. That I think. I think it's going to be more state to non-state battles. More terrorism is going to be the battlefield. The battlefield of the future is going to be between a terrorist and a state actor, military man, I guess. Um, the worst policy for me is the Patriot Act. The Patriot Act, I think, still needs to be repealed. It opened up the United States and the NSA to basically spy on Americans. Um, it, what the NSA is doing and basically what Snowden uh, leaked to the United States and to the public was made possible because of the Patriot Act. And these giant data collection centers, like in Colorado, are just they're just scanning over millions and millions of terabytes of information and just highlighting keywords and whatnot. And for me, I'm not necessarily doing anything that is going to put me on a terrorism watch list, but to me, there's that trade-off between freedom and security, and this was where it encroached too much on my personal freedom, and I would rather take the freedom than the security. And I think a lot of Americans still think that way. I think a vast majority, the ones that keep up to date, actually know what's going on. So to me, by far, that's the worst legislation that's been enacted in the 21st century in America. And I still think there should be a movement to repeal the Patriot Act. Thank you.